Welcome to beautiful Arizona. I love the contrast when you have the snow and our desert out here. We're in a mining area, and we'll be making our way to, I believe there's 5 claims, and they're AMRA claims. AMRA is a very good organization, and I think it's well worth sending them a donation of $200 or more, and thus giving you the opportunity to work some of these claims. Okay, this is the Maverick claim, clearly marked. So we'll look it over and decide where to sample. I'm walking the claim, and I'm looking for areas that I can go ahead and sample. And there's a lot of small streams, micro creeks that are kind of meandering through various areas. They might be worth a look at. Well, there's signs everywhere of previous diggings. And since gold rides an iron horse, as they like to say, there is plenty of iron out here. God, it sure is gorgeous. I mean, we're at the end of January here. 70 degrees, and it's just magnificent. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break up some of this material in here with my pick. Probably expose this out a little more. There's a lot of small creases that I can have a look at. There's a little exposure. Right here you can see some black sand. You can see where it's deposited. So at least we know there's some heavies settling there. And then right here, it dips, and there's a lot of iron here. I'm going to break this material up as well. One thing I'll say about this claim, it has, if you like looking for gold, it has some tasty looking ground, that's for certain. And we can't be sure how much gold is here, or if it's even in this small feeder. However, it looks excellent. So I've had some pretty good luck before with feeders to larger waterways, and especially the way these little feeders come off the landscape as a whole, just slowly doing a lot of the work for you by cutting through. Now right in here is where 2 of them join, and so actually moving along a little further I can get a 2-for-1, I guess. And so I'm going to go over there, pull a sample, then I'm going to go back and take a little drive further out. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm making my way down throughout this entire area. It's being carved up by these small feeders that further down the line enter a larger body of water. So I'm following these down, and I'm just looking anywhere there's a catch zone. Now here I can see that someone has been here, it looks like. However, one thing I've learned is that no matter how many people have been by, people miss quite a bit. They really do. I mean, I've had a few times where there were dig holes all around, and I just looked at a particular spot and I just went, oh yeah, that's very interesting. And then I dug it, and sure as can be, I found, you know, good quality gold. Okay, a little lesson here for all of us. You know, this schistty material, you know, it's coming down here, so it's going to get hung up on here if there's any gold. But regardless, this stuff is like this, and see, all of this material adheres to it, or is making its way down the cracks in the front here. So if this thing is raging, and really the material is bouncing around, that heavy gold, well, I think it's going to want to make its way into these areas. See that it's adhering. I don't know how this is going to come out, but it's a promising, interesting area. We'll see. We'll find out when we find some water. There's some roots. It just shows the amazing abilities of any kind of plant. Here they are making their way right through this zone of rock. Always interesting. But and roots, of course, are a good way to capture some gold. So yeah, I like this. I think that if some gold came down here, I should probably at least have a few flakes, and depending on the type of gold here, maybe some little chunkies. That would be very nice. Okay, here's the spot as I make my way down here. You can see this is a contact zone. It's very interesting. You can see the demarcation line, and you can also see an area of black sand that has been left there. Apparently no one's looked at it. This is smooth bedrock here. This claim has some really neat geology. It's just to come out here and kind of learn and think about some of the things you've read, and you can see a lot of it here. Now recently, because we have had a lot of rain, boy, I'll tell you, this is an iron strewn claim. You can see all the iron. What I'm hoping is that if I break some of this up, that I might find some gold that had fallen between these little openings, which come apart pretty easily. Okay, what I'm doing right now, I'm taking my last sample, and we've got this super mega hard igneous rock right here. But then we've got this softer material adjacent to this very hard material. And I noticed that the black sand, there was black sand lined up all along here. So what I decided to do was take this contact zone out, just this strip, and there's a lot of granitinaceous material here that's just decomposing against this. So regardless, I love contact zones. Anytime you find dissimilar zones of rock, I really like to look there. And it's a little rusty looking, and then of course all the black sand lined up there, so I'm thinking, well, for some long duration of time perhaps, you know, heavies dropped right in this tiny bin. So we'll see what this last sample gives us. Okay, first of all, I cherry-picked sample. I've got approximately 2 buckets. To differentiate, I've got sample bags, so I know where I got this sample. I've got 1 bucket from the upper part of this wash, and then the other one I've got from a nice contact zone. It looks very cool. This is rusty, decomposing granite, and I've got a little bit of a positive vibe about that one in particular. So we're going to take a break, but we're going to go find water. There's a few creeks running, and I'm going to pan this out, and then hopefully we'll have some gold. And all right, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, so what we've done is we've pulled off the road because there was no water on the claim, and so we found some water right off the main road. So I went ahead and panned 1 pan, and there was nothing in it. But then this one, I don't know if you should be able to see that. It's a really nice, rough piece of gold. It's beautiful. I'm very excited because, you know, I didn't take a lot of sample. I cherry picked, and it's just, I get a lot of satisfaction out of finding a nice piece like this. And this is the 2nd panning. And so, thanks AMRA. They've definitely got some gold on the claim.